Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now, we come to something that's pretty complicated, and I'm just going to give you a very basic summary about it. There are, in the Quran, over 11 possibilities of where the Hamza goes. Three at the beginning of the word, four at the beginning of the word, four in the middle of the word, four at the end of the word. What did I say, 11? Actually, it's 12 if we count the Alif al-Wasla, which is actually a Hamza in reality. So I'm not going to burden you with 12 possibilities of where the Hamza goes, okay, and how the Hamza is formed, okay, because sometimes the Hamza is not even formed as a Hamza. It's Alif Wasla, or Hamza al-Wasla they call it. So I'm only going to give you some basics. At the beginning of the word, the Hamza is put on the Alif. Okay? And sometimes the Hamza is simply put on the line when followed by an Alif. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you exactly why because it's just gonna cause more confusion. Okay, so that's two possibilities for the Hamza at the beginning of the word. Hamza when followed by an Alif. See this equation right here? Hamza plus Alif. Okay, or this, because you can't have two Alifs after each other, right? You cannot have two Alifs after each other. So what you're going to end up with is this. Alif with the tilde. And I've talked to you about the tilde before, which is called Alif Madda. Okay? This is called Mad. When you do that sound. Amanu. Okay? Anta fa'alta dhalik. Okay? Amanta. Okay? So, this is two Alifs. You don't want to have two Alifs. And so, therefore, they combine these two to make it a Madda. Right? Now, the next possibility is what happens when the is preceded or followed by a kasra. When the Hamza is preceded or followed by a kasra, it's put on a tooth or on the ya at the end of the word. Okay? When it's preceded or followed by the dhamma or waw, it's put on top of the waw, like so. Okay? Now we ask the question, when is it alone on the line? You see how you have text, and then you have a Hamza all by itself. That is when it is preceded by a long vowel and carries its own short vowel. All right. Why? Again, to avoid two long vowels in a row. Okay. So these are the states. Now, do you have to memorize this list to be able to read properly? The answer is no. But what I'm saying to you is get an idea now, and then you could review this video later, and then you can even get other books to see. To figure out the 12 ways that the Hamza is written, okay, the exact, but I'm giving you here the basics, okay, all right, I'm giving you here the basics, that at the beginning of the word, it's either on the Alif or it's in front of the Alif, okay, when followed by an Alif, such that it will be like this, you don't want two Alifs in a row, so it becomes this Madda, Alif Madda, okay, when it is preceded or followed by a Kasra or a Ya, it's on the tooth or on top of the at the end of the word. When it is preceded or followed by a dhamma or waw, it is placed on top of the waw. Okay? And it is alone on the line when it is preceded by a long vowel and it carries its own short vowel. Why? To avoid two long vowels in a row. And again, I'm telling you that the Quran has many exceptions to its script. Even the Quran is not even like the script of regular Arabic. It has its own script based upon how the Arabs wrote it, how the Quraysh wrote the Quran, the members of the Sahaba who wrote the Quran, and we're not changing that. So therefore, there are a number of exceptions. It suffices you to get a basic idea of why and the logic of where Hamzas go. Okay, so it's all based upon what precedes it or follows it. Okay, now we're going to get to our reading right now, but our reading won't necessarily be filled with examples. So as we read in the future, okay, that's where we'll see examples and we'll point to them. Okay, so let's get to our reading. All right, we're on Surah Al-Bayyina, and here you have Alif, Lam, Ba, Ya, Noon, and then open, Ta marbuta. Open. Okay, now you notice here this Ya is a little higher. Why is this tooth so high? He just wrote it like that, just to make it more clear, because when you have three teeth in a row, it could look like a scene, right? Three teeth in a row. So he made this ya more distinct so that it doesn't look like a scene. Okay. All right, let's read now. Lam. Lam mim. Lam is a word of negation, and it always follows a past tense verb. Okay. A present tense verb. All right, lam, and it negates it. Lam yakun. Okay, lam yakun. Yakun is from the root to be. Yakunu. Okay, lam yakun. And this word here is alladhina. Alif. This is a wasla, so that you would pronounce it lam yakun alladhina. Alif, lam, ذال, ya, noon. Alladhina. Those who. This is a very popular word in the Quran. Kafaru. They disbelieved. They rejected. Kafaru. And this alif here is to mark that they're plural. You don't pronounce it. You don't say kafruwa. You just say kafaru. That's why he has a sukoon on it to show you that you don't pronounce it. Okay. There's no sound on it. Kafaru. Kaf, fa, ra, wa. Kafaru. Min. From. Or amongst. Min. Okay. Ahl. Alif. We're here with the Hamza. That's an example of what we're talking about. Ahl. Ha. In the middle of the word. Lam. Okay. Ahl. The people of. And it also can mean family, depending on how you use the word. Al-Kitab. Okay. Alif, again with the wasla, so you pronounce it Ahlil Kitab. Lam, Kaf, Ta, silent or dagger alif, and Ba. Ahlil Kitab. The people of the book. So far we have Lam yakun alladhina kafaru min Ahlil Kitab. Okay. Wal mushrikina, and those who made shirk. Alif, Lam, Mim, Sheen, Ra, Kaf, Ya, Noon. Wal mushrikina. And what's the difference between Ahl Kitab and Mushrikeen? Ahl Kitab are Jews and Christians. The Mushrikeen are pagans. And all of Kufr is one group, which is all of Kufr is one group in that they have locked themselves off from ever getting out of the hellfire. People who intentionally reject God and His Prophet after clear evidence, which is the meaning of this word al-Bayyina. The whole chapter is called clear evidence. Okay? After clear evidence has been shown to them, and Allah will be the judge if clear evidence was shown and if they had enough mental capacity to recognize it, and they rejected it on top of that, then they are kuffar. Okay? And the kuffar have locked themselves from ever getting out of the hellfire. As soon as someone believes and has a morsel of an atom's weight of faith in Allah and His Messenger, then they will, bi'idhnillah, okay, by the promise of Allah, exit the hellfire at some point if they believe in God and His prophets, angels, books, and all the requirements of Iman. Okay, they will not be treated like rejectors of faith because they're not the same. No matter how many heresies and innovations they had, the one who says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah will never be treated like the one who never said it. Okay? Right? Now, he says here. Now the kuffar are then divided into two categories: people of the book and pagans. People of the book, at least they're connected to the Abrahamic teaching in some way. At least the framework of the idea of God sends prophets who have books, who have laws, there, and then you get judged, you die and get judged and go to heaven or hell. That basic framework, okay, is what marks the Ahlul Kitab from the Mushrikeen who don't even believe in that basic framework. Okay, so they're two different categories. And the laws related to Ahlul Kitab, that the only difference is that there is some leniency or room for Ahlul Kitab in Muslim life that might not be that room amongst the pagans. And I'm talking about eating their meats, marrying from them, etc., etc. Okay, allowing their temples to stay, right, in an Islamic country, etc., etc. So that's in the sacred law. Now, what does it say here? Munfakina. So what does it say about them? Munfakina means changing their ways. Okay, they will not change their ways. That's mim, noon, fa, kaf, ya, noon. Munfakina. Hatta, okay, until, hatta, ha, ta, and then alif maqsura. Ta'tiyahum. Ta, hamza on the alif. Ta, ya, ha, mim. Ta'tiyahum. Al-bayyinatu. Alif, lam, ba, ya, noon. Ta marbuta. Notice again, he differentiates between the shape of the teeth so that it doesn't look like a sin. Sin has 3 teeth, right? So he doesn't want to make it look like that. So he even made this more of a wave than a tooth. And then this is a high tooth. And then this again is like a wave or bump. Al-Bayyina. Okay. What is this clear evidence? Rasulun min Allah. Ra, sin, waw, lam, mim, noon. Allah, alif, lam, lam, ha. Rasulun min Allah. And this is pronounced Rasulun min Allah. Okay. 2 dhammas gives us idgham. And here you have idgham bi ghunna, which we're going to cover when you go to tajweed. So we're going to hold it. We're going to say Rasulun min Allah. يتلو صحفا مطهرة. So therefore, what is the clear evidence? It is the Prophet, the Messenger, and the book. Yatlu, he recites. Ya, ta, lam, waw. Okay. Alif, silent alif. No, not pronounced. Sukoon. Suhufan, sad. And then tucked underneath it is the ha. Suhu, and then fa, alif. Suhufan, and then mim, ta. Ha in the middle of the word. Ra, ta marbuta. Mutahhara. Suhufan mutahhara. And it's jagged. When it's jagged, therefore, idgham. No idhar. So you're not going to pronounce this tanween, which you haven't even covered tanween yet, but I'm going to when we get to short vowels. Suhufan mutahhara. Okay. A messenger from Allah reciting purified, a pure message or a pure book. فيها كتب قيمة. Okay. فيها فا يا ها ألف. فيها كتب قيمة. كتب كاف تاء باء. قيمة قاف ياء ميم تاء مربوطة. قيمة. Containing true scriptures, okay, or lofty scriptures, or scriptures containing principles. You can translate all that. You can translate the phrase كتب قيمة. Okay. Let's read a little more. وما تفرق تفرق قاف. الذين, another, you should just, by seeing this word enough, you should just know what it is. الذين, alif, lam, dhal, ya, nun, الذين. Utu, given, those who are given. All right? And notice, we can't translate yet because the verb comes first in Arabic, the subject comes second. In English, the subject comes first. So we have to wait until we get the subject first, then we can translate it. So this is the verb. It means to scatter or to be separated, okay? Or to be divided. Utu, alif, waw, ta, waw, silent alif. Okay? Those who are given. Alladhina utu, those who are given. Al-kitab, alif, lam, kaf, ta, dagger, alif, ba. Alright? Those who are given the book were not divided illa, until. Alif, Hamza, la, lam, alif. Illa, min ba'di. Mim, nun, ba, ayn, dal. And this is iqlab, something we're going to learn in tajweed called iqlab, where the nun sakina meets the ba mutaharrika, the ba that has a haraka, and it becomes a meme. That's why they have a little meme here. We pronounce it min ba'di. Ma ja'athumul bayyina. Ja'athumul bayyina. Okay, jim, alif, and here you have a hamza on the line because it's a hamza with a short vowel preceded by a long vowel. Okay, ta, ha, mim, ja'athum al-bayyina. And again, we see this word for the third time now. Okay, al-bayyina. It's the name of the surah, and it comes in the first few verses a couple times. Okay, so this ayah means, okay, those who were given the scripture became divided only after they received clear evidence. So a group of people could be in a state of falsehood, but everything's fine because they haven't earned Allah's wrath. They're just on a state of falsehood. So they're not going to benefit from their falsehood. They're going to suffer the harms of their falsehood, but they haven't crossed God and His Prophet. They haven't angered. They're upon falsehood, but they haven't rejected a message. But once the evidence comes, now everything changes. Okay, now everything changes. Now they'll be cursed with division. They'll be divided. That's one of their curses, and Allah has cursed these people, the people who the communities that reject the message of the truth, with constant division. And you notice this, right? In the churches, how many new churches there are every year. And I'm not saying newly constructed, I mean branches and religions and sects and groups constantly, right? So you got the first major fission was with Protestantism, okay? And then from then on, it's just been constant division after division after division. Okay. Let's just read one more ayah. وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهِ وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهِ. They haven't been ordered to do anything but worship Allah. وَمَا أُمِرُوا. They were not commanded. Ma here is a negation. Umiru, to become commanded. You notice the same root as the word amir, the one who gives the orders. Illa, except. We saw this word before up here, and we see it many times in the Quran. Illa, except. لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهِ. to worship Allah. And look how Uthman Taha has made this the script very readable. That he hasn't always made a sharp tooth. He made it so that it's sort of like a wave, right? And the eye finds it really easy to read. Okay, liya'budullah, to worship Allah. Again, what is this here? This alif is a placeholder for the noon, replacing the noon because the noon won't apply here. And he made sure to tell you, or writers make sure to tell you that it's not pronounced by this sukoon. So it's not liya'budwa, liya'budu. Okay, it's silent. When you see this, don't pronounce it. Liya'budullaha mukhlisina, with sincerity. Mim, kha, lam, sad, ya, nun. Mukhlisina lahu ad-din. And the religion is for him, meaning you submit the authority of the religion to him. You worship God sincerely, and you don't go meddling with his law. Mukhlisina lahu ad-din. You leave God to make the rules of the religion, to tell us what to do. You don't go and meddle. There's no point in worshiping Allah sincerely, and then when God says something, you say, no, let's change these rules. All right? There's some religions, they update the rules of the religion every 5 years. I mean, then you're worshiping yourselves. It's what one of the early sociologists said, that it's basically like a totem, a way to worship yourself. When you make the rules, then you're really worshiping yourself. Okay? So, mukhlisin lahu ad-din. The religion is his. Okay? And the greatest act of faith is to submit yourself to his commandments. Let's finish off this ayah. And finishes off the page as well. Hunafa, pure and upon the essential nature of people. Hunafa, ha, nun, fa, alif, and Hamza on the line. Again, because the Hamza is mutaharrik, it has a short vowel and is preceded by a long vowel, so it goes straight on the line. Hunafa'a wa yuqimu salata, and they establish salah. Notice again here, alif with a sukoon, so you don't pronounce it. Wa yuqimu salata, okay, and they establish the prayer. Wa yu'tu, again, alif with a sukoon, don't pronounce it. Yu'tu az-zakata, okay. Wa dhalika, they establish prayer and give zakat. Wa dhalika, this or that. Okay, dhalika is meant for something far or lofty, either one. Deenul qayyimah, the religion of virtues. Okay. Okay. The Deenul qayyimah, the religion of virtues. So, there you have it. We read now page 601 of the Quran. All right, now we only have 600 pages left. So hopefully we'll get to reading more and more, and that you could follow along and slowly learn yourself to read. So if you want to do a little assignment for yourself, why don't you try to read the rest of Surah Al-Bayyina before getting to the next video, so then you can test yourself. All right, assalamu alaikum.